Masal al-qawmi alladhina, Besa masal al-qawmi alladhina kazzabu bi ayatillah. Very bad and wretched is the example of the people who belie the revelations of Allah. Now this is takzeeb. Did the Jews ever say that Torah was not sent by Allah? Never. But this is the practical belying. When you don't act upon it, that is, you are belying it with your action. Had you really believed this is the word of Allah, you had acted upon it. This means you are saying something else, doing something else. Your attitude denotes something else. Wallahu la yahdi al-qawm al-zalimin. And Allah doesn't forcibly guide such evildoers. And what is the reason of this attitude of a Muslim ummah? The Muslim ummah, when it is entrusted with a high mission, instead of looking to the responsibilities of that mission, they take pride that we are the Muslims, and we are the Muslim ummah, and we are the ummah of the Prophet, of Messenger. On this pride they think that they are entitled to salvation, whatever they do. The salvation in the hereafter is their birthright. They must get it. So then, if the salvation is your birthright, what's the need of doing something? Why to differentiate between halal and haram, permissible and forbidden? Why? Do whatever you like. You will get the salvation anyhow. This is the real. قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ هَادُوا إِنْ زَعَمْتُمْ أَنَّكُمْ أَوْلِيَاءُ لِلَّهِ مِنْ دُونِ النَّاسِ. Say, oh, you who have become Jews, if you assert that you are alone Allah's friends apart from the rest of the mankind, فَتَمَنَّوُا الْمَوْتَ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ, then you should long for death. If you have real love with someone, you want to meet him, not to keep away from him. If you love Allah, and if you really think that Allah loves you, then you should like that you should die and go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا يَتَمَنَّوْنَهُ أَبَدًا, and they are not going to long for this death. بِمَا قَدَّمَتْ أَيْدِيهِمْ, because of the deeds that their hands have forwarded for them. وَاللَّهُ عَلِيمٌ بِالظَّالِمِينَ, Allah very well knows these evildoers. قُلْ إِنَّ الْمَوْتَ الَّذِي تَفِرُّونَ مِنْهُ, say to them, the death from which you flee, فَإِنَّهُ مَلَاقِيكُمْ, surely it will encounter you, it will come and meet you. You might be running away from the death, but it will come before you. ثُمَّ تُرَدُّونَ إِلَىٰ عَالِمِ الْغَيْبِ وَالشَّهَادَةِ, then you will be returned to Allah, who is the knower of the seen and the unseen. فَيُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ, and then He will tell you what you had been doing. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, now this process which Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam continued, this يَتْلُو عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتِهِ وَيُزَكِّيهِمْ وَيُعَلِّمُهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ. This was then institutionalized in the form of Friday. You know, there were no schools, no colleges, no books, no journals, no video audio tapes. So the only method of education, mass education, public education, was this weekly meeting of the believers. Take bath, change your clothing. If you have some scent, use it. Come to the mosque. And there, one in the place of the Prophet. The Prophet used to stand on that member. Now someone is standing, this is the member of Rasul, of the Messenger. And he will do the same job. يَتْلُو عَلَيْهِمْ آيَاتِهِ وَيُزَكِّيهِمْ وَيُعَلِّمُهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ. This was the basic purpose of this Jumu'ah, which later on became a ritual. Nothing. रह गई रस्म अज़ां रूह बिलाली न रही और फलसफा रह गया तलकीन गजाली न रही. Nothing left in it. It's a ritual. That's all. It was actually the greatest system of mass education adult education, public education. Reminding them. You have been entrusted with a mission. Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat linnas ta'muruna bil ma'ruf wa tanhauna 'anil munkar. To remind them. That was actually the purpose. Every revolutionary party, even the communists, they used to have their weekly meetings, renewing their thoughts, their ideologies, so that they remain fresh in their minds, so that they are fully engaged in the struggle. And this is it. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha nudiya lis-salati min yawmil jumu'ati fas'au ila zikrillahi wa dharil bay'. O you who believe, when the call is given for the prayer, congregational prayer on Friday, that is the Jumu'ah prayer, fas'au ila zikrillah, to hasten to the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wa dharul bay'. Leave all your trading, everything. Zalikum khairul lakum in kuntum ta'lamun. This is good for you if you only know. It was so important that the Prophet said, Man taraka salasa jumu'atin bighayri uzrin la yakhtimanna Allahu ala qalbi. Whosoever Muslim leaves 3 Friday prayer sermons, congregations, without attending them, without there being very real cause, why should we seek? That is something else. Bighayri uzrin, Allah is sure to seal his heart. La yakhtimanna Allahu ala qalbi. This is so important. فَإِذَا قُضِيَتِ الصَّلَاةُ, when the prayer has been concluded, and the most important part of Jummah is not the prayer, it's the khutbah. Prayer, you know, Zohar has 4 rakat, and in Jummah there are 2. Prayer-wise, not important. It's the khutbah.